Hey, what's going on, Code? I like what you did with the game here. You kind of, honestly, you kind of executed that lighting effect that I was hoping to do in the beginning, anyways. Yeah, family's all right. Look at that. A little bit sickly, but hanging in there. Yeah, we got to get some stuff like this into the game for sure. I'm sorry we didn't actually make it to the jam. I felt bad about that. But honestly, in its current state, it probably wouldn't have ranked too highly. But I know it would have been fun still to get some feedback. So I did feel a little bit bad about that. Nice. Yeah, they do happen. I wish I could say it's the first jam I didn't make the deadline on, but. And to be fair, I got the file uploaded in time, but. Um, honestly, I think there's actually still a game breaking bug um, in the Fusebox game. Obviously, at the last minute, I was trying to get this cover art put together. The scale is way off because it's cutting off everything, but just kind of scrambling. But yeah, so I think this one right here, if you fail, I think it bugs out. So definitely need to fix it. It's the painter visibility issue again. Right here. So you can technically still complete it, but you can't see it. So that wouldn't have been good if people played that. So I want to fix that one. Need to fix the vertical doors to look better. Yeah, we can start over on it. And I think I even left access to all the way back here. So technically, if they played the game, they would have been able to come all the way back here to these empty areas. Which obviously as a jam, it wouldn't have mattered, but it would have been kind of funny. I did get the art for the map, or not the map, the password thing. So you come over here, you grab it. So I got that backer up there. Oops. Still bad at it. Got 2 more digits. Was this one easy enough for you to play visually? Oh man, I just messed it up. And we got the rest of the code. Obviously, I'd like to make it so I can press on these buttons too. Got them all first try. Good. Sweet. So kind of what I was thinking for tonight is maybe just get another mini game into the game. Might be more fun than just bug fixing. How does that sound? Cool, let me open it up. We'll need another gdevelop instance. Good question. Let's see what we have to work with here. So we've got the mini games. Then I think you had more somewhere else as well. So what do we have here? We've got the bobby pin, rotation, wire. And sequence is the only one I think we don't have from this. Right? Yeah. Okay, the link on Discord has 2 more. Well, I'll tell you what, why don't you choose? Which one do you want to get into the game tonight? If you want to get on voice channel, we could do that too. That sounds good. Yeah, let me check those games. Let's see here. Four mini games, so sometime after that one. Some sounds. Might have been in our DMs. Let's take a look here. Okay, I think... No, so those are the documents. Minigames.zip. Posted the first 4 minigames. Yeah, there it is. Hey, bud, can you hear me?
Hey, hello, bud. Hold on, I need to mute one of the streams. 2 seconds.
Yeah, I'm tweaking my audio levels as well.
So the only downside here is that there's going to be a delay, right? So
Yeah, it could be. Kind of have some streamception going on.
yeah, I got Discord in my right ear and I got your stream in my left ear.
Nice. So you need to tweak my audio levels real quick. So yeah, looking forward to getting the rest of the games put in, and should be pretty good. I know on the demo that you posted, you have everything turned, like you have the axis, the grid is turned, what, 45 degrees to diagonals. I mean, is that something that you are...
Oh, the isometric.
Yeah.
It was just in my head, that was how I envisioned the game. And then when you did like the 3D baked 2D thing, I just preferred that. Mine was just, that's how I envisioned it before you started doing all that stuff.
Gotcha, yeah. Fair enough.
And then I just like the look of how it was going with how you was doing it. I just thought I'd share how I had it.
No, I think, yeah, no, it's cool. I think it looks really awesome. And definitely, I think with the lighting, you already kind of hit on what I was talking about doing with this one, which I just didn't get around to, which is making it kind of moody, you know? And it kind of makes it like obviously right now with this, we're clearly looking at, you know, very bright clinical lighting just because it's just the default lighting. But it looks so much better putting some mood lighting in. Like this is just,
Yeah, I must admit, as soon as I put the lights in, it just changed the look of it completely.
oh yeah, yeah, for sure.
So I
So,
think using like the way you're doing stuff with all like the assets and stuff, I think it's going to look really good in the way that we've got it now.
yeah, definitely hoping so.
Sorry, I'm still tweaking my audio. It's very weird.
Yeah, no worries. Seeing what I can do to balance the audio from my end with the music and voices, but so I
Yeah, I
imagine.
mean, you could just mute me out of the stream because that might be a bit easier.
No, it's all good. You need credit. You need to be on the stream. You can just
A featured guest. There we go.
yeah. Cool, yeah. So I just downloaded the zip and let me go over to that.
Yeah, I think there should be 2 extra games on that one now.
Sweet. Man, we've been getting a lot of storms today. They're rolling through. Last night there was a really close lightning bolt.
Really, what? Really close to lightning, but what, to the house?
Yeah, pretty close to our house. Probably within like a quarter mile.
Dang. Yeah, we had some good storms over last weekend. They must have shifted over to you and gotten worse.
Yeah, maybe.
I mean, it got to the point in our house where the roof was leaking. It was that bad.
Oh no.
Yeah, right onto my daughter's bed.
Jeez.
So hopefully nothing like that for you.
No, so far so good. So, can't complain too much. All right. It's funny. I'm looking at your folder here. You've got a TTF file, the name of which is Luckiest Guy.
Oh yeah, that's just the fun. That's funny.
All right. Here we
I was trying to
go.
find a certain font, and the only one I could find was that, and that's just what it was called.
Oh yeah. All right. So we've got the swap files. Okay, so you just kind of quickly sort out the files.
Yeah, and I mean you can have the bin and the file that's far away from each other as you want, or
Yeah.
whatever. If you get the wrong one, it just resets.
Oh, fair enough. And obviously it's a timed thing, so you could go slowly, but you're trying to go fast.
Yeah. There's no timer on the actual game, but obviously there's a timer overall, right? So
Yeah. Yeah. I have to imagine that's probably pretty short code.
that was pretty easy. And I was thinking for touch screen as well, you could just slide your finger left, right, left, right.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, let's look into it. And I'm immediately kind of
The
thinking,
bootstrap is basically whack-a-mole.
right. Hey, Riley Parker, how you doing tonight? Yeah, there it is. So if you click the wrong one, okay, so it's not about clicking the wrong ones, it's about racing the red bar.
Yeah, so you just gotta do it before the timer runs out.
Okay, nice.
Otherwise it resets.
Chase the glitch. Yeah, I like these little mini games. It's a good way to kind of put a bunch of them together. Bit distracted with this cheesy Christmas movie.
Oh god.
Is it one of those?
Christmas movie cheesy.
Yeah. Is that one of those Hallmark romances? Cool. Let's look at the code for these.
I mean, in terms of easiest to put into the game, is probably going to be the file one, and then after that, I would say the sequence one. The most satisfying one to put in the game, I think, would probably be the sequence one, just because it is random and it's just fun.
Yeah, maybe so. A bit of a memory game as well. Let's see. I'm going to start with the file one, because honestly, probably can't stream too heavily. I thought I had no meetings at work tomorrow, and then pretty close to the end of the day, I had one meeting pop up at 10 a.m. I was like, okay. Then a meeting popped up at 9:30 as well. I was like, well, now I've got two in a row. And then before the end of the day, another one popped up for 9. So 9, 9:30, 10.
Busy day.
Yeah. All good. Happy to have the job, but it's going to keep me busy. That being said, I did want to get something completely in the game and then maybe do a little bit of, maybe get like the doors fixed or something as well. So let's see. I'm going to add, what are we calling the file one? File swap, or what'd you call it? Swipe files.
Anything really, yeah, whatever you'd remember, really.
I'll just call it files. X-Files. Did you ever watch the X-Files?
I did. I don't think I watched all of it. I got kind of bored, but I think I watched a few seasons or whatever.
Fair enough. I mean, I guess that being said, I mean, they came out, when I was like super young, but I guess if you're rewatching them now, they're pretty dated.
So I watched them with my dad. He used to be really into them when I was younger, and then I think I watched a few seasons recently.
Gotcha, yeah. Those would kind of scare me as a kid, but they're kind of interesting.
The one that's baked in my mind as well as these green glowing flies in the forest.
Oh yeah.
That's the only one that sticks to my mind, and they used to put you in a cocoon and stuff. That was what used to scare the crap out of me as a kid.
Right. It's funny.
Oh, those red things. Why do I hear another voice? It's me.
One second.
Yeah, no worries.
Okay. Sorry, what were you saying?
I was just saying about how many red things there were on the screen.
Yeah, it's a lot. I'm going to kill the music here. I'll maybe get the audio levels balanced out better next time. Let's get these in. So then we need, to basically just put all the assets in there, at least the placeholder ones. So let's do that. Let's go out to main scene. We'll add a folder here.
Yeah, I mean, obviously you can make some really cool looking files and stuff in Blender.
Yeah, we could probably do, well, anything really. I was gonna say we could do like even make them look like there's some sort of holographic things, or we could definitely do papers as well. We could even do, because right now we've got like one folder and one trash can, we could even have like, put these types of files in that type of folder, put these types of objects in that type of box, and then put the trash in the trash or something like that too.
Well, my vision for that game was in the research lab.
Yeah. What, for the files game?
Yeah, so you went in there and you had to shut down the current, I don't know what was going on, the experiment or whatever, via the computer.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so this is the bin. And let me double check the points on the bin. Okay, standard, collision mask standard, no behaviors or variables. All right, so the file will have okay and not okay. And then for that, standard collision, centered points, and then draggable. And with precise check and then tween.
Yeah, the tween was because if you let go of the file anywhere other than on one of those two, it just tweens back to the center.
Gotcha. Okay, that's there. All right, and then that was named file. And okay. And not okay.
Yeah, great naming, right?
I like it.
Got your friends in chat.
Hey, George, how's it going? Oh, yeah, you came back when I was leaving the stream. I am back. George, how's your Friday going, dude? Sorry, I was knee deep in another screen over here, so I wasn't reading chat. I'm failing. I've got some of Code's game files pulled up on the side here, so we're working on a game jam game that I didn't get into the jam, but now we're gonna see it through to the end. Okay, for this one. Game of the year. I have not yet. That's a good question. Need to do that. I saw the alert here in your announcements as well. Here it is, the Minimap year-end event. Get your vote in. You select up to 3 games out of 27 nominees. I just like looking at all the cover art for these. It's like you can just start to see, like, for the good ones, you know, like a lot of the theory, like here they're using like the purples and the greens and the reds. Here they're using like this depth where everything's like framed within, it's like frames within frames. Borderlands is Borderlands. You want to see which games I pick? One of the questions is going to be, has Corey actually played any of these? I also need to sign in. Let's see here.
I don't think I've actually bought a new game for a few years.
Mm-hmm.
They're all just so expensive nowadays.
Which is definitely one of those interesting like conundrums. It's like technically games have gotten cheaper in terms of like sticker price. You know, not talking about like subscription games or whatever, but a lot of them have stayed roughly the same price as like especially AAA games. So they haven't really changed that much. Whereas you know, the cost of housing, for example, has gone way up, but it still feels so expensive to buy them. If you haven't played any of the games, you can actually make your own game awards. Oh, nice. George, how many of these have you played?
Probably played all of them. I was just gonna say, like, you know, games used to be about £30 here. Now they're like £75. So
Oh, really?
it's a big jump.
Like for the AAA category, or?
Yeah, for like the games we used to play growing up, like say I don't know, Call of Duty, Battlefield, Metal Gear Solid. You know, all them sort of games you played growing up were like £30. Now they've
Yeah,
jumped right up. Plus they got like game passes and everything else,
right.
so it just makes it not worth it. So I tend now just to play indie games.
Yeah, fair enough. I have played this one. That one's really good. Oblivion remastered. And obviously Mario Kart. I haven't played that version of it though. And
Mario Kart's just Mario Kart, right?
yeah, it's kind of like you're either gonna already love it or not. Yeah, see, I'm gonna pick. Actually, I was really happy they did this, so I'm gonna do this vote. Need to clear actually. I'm gonna put Oblivion, just because I'm really biased toward it. I do love Hollow Knight. Monster Hunter Wilds. So for the oh, sorry, I was catching up on chat. Claire Obscure started playing literally 2 days ago. Nice. For the game awards that you make, so it's like, are you gonna have like different, like everyone is making their own awards, and then I guess I should go read it, huh? It sounds interesting. Yeah, fair enough. I played the previous Doom, and I did watch this one pretty closely. I'm actually gonna vote on that because I think that's an interesting thematic twist on Doom.
Yeah, I don't feel like Borderlands 4 has been out long enough to be a game of the year.
Yeah, when did that release?
Not too long ago. I feel like it's just there because it's just a well-known like franchise.
Yeah, it's very well known. So September. I mean, it's what, over 2 months now, or right on 2 months. I don't know.
But then I guess with Silk Song was in there as well, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I guess just anything really then. Okay, I'm just gonna disappear for a second. I need to go get a drink. I'll
Yeah,
be
sure.
right back. I'll still be watching, just won't be talking.
All right. Yeah, so I'm gonna go with Oblivion Remastered, Doom: The Dark Ages, and then I'm going to go with also Ghost right here. So we've got. I'm going to complete the vote, and we will see on December 4th what the outcome is. Good stuff. Yeah, I need to go play more of those, to be honest. I actually played Roblox for the first time today because my kid invited us to his private server. So I'm doing all the brain rot stealing and what the kids are into these days. Never felt more boomer playing a game, trying to figure out what in the world is stealing a brain rot. Well, we played a few versions of it. So we did the brain rot stealing. We did some Star Wars saber fighting, which honestly felt more like Wii Sports than anything else. But fun stuff. It's obviously also moddable and everything. You know, endless possibilities. Okay, what was I looking for here? I was looking for the folder right there. We call that folder. And let's see, collision mask is, actually have it slightly larger. Is that right? Let's see here. Because this is the one I'm seeing. That is 90 by 90. What is it in my game? My instance of GDevelop. That is, oops. Also 90 by 90. There we go. Got that. Oh, sorry, George. I got distracted again. Let's go back to the original post here. Yeah, keep scrolling down. Oh, there we go. You get to curate your own awards and name them whatever you would like. This is a family show, so don't go too wild, indicating you can go a little wild. You can select up to 9 games. Oh, this is awesome. So you can choose a game. So what database is this pulling from? Is it like linked to Steam or something? Don't Starve is on there. Oh, it's from the Minimap database. Sweet. So games that we think should be rated. That's a lot of games. That's disgusting. Don't even tell me that many games. This is awesome. So after you make it then, download the result images and share them with the tag. Okay. Yeah, so what I'm interested in now is how do I go see these tagged? And they don't have to be from this year either. So you could put like some super old stuff like Myst, which I recently downloaded for like $2. That's awesome. So I'd have to put like Diablo 2 Lord of Destruction and yeah, Diablo 2's in there for me. What else? Obviously I've put a ton into Skyrim is on there, but I just did Oblivion, so I think we're covered there basically. You have the name. You have to name the award. So name the award. Like it's like best ARPG. Is that kind of what you're getting at? So instead of like best game of the year, you pick a best category. Is that what? Or you can name this one like Bengar and then put his game in there. Clone Escape. You need to get your Clone Escape game into the Minimap database code. You can pick the color. This is solid. Someone awarded Silksong the Steam DDoS Awards. Nice. Now it's sacrilege that your game isn't on here yet. Go full commercial release, and then we'll see it next time around. But yeah, I can't wait to see what other people have come up with for these. But obviously I'd have to put like the original Path of Exile on here if I was grouping these together. But it's a lot to think about. Do you spend 100 to put it on Steam? That is the question. Okay, I'm going to add another sprite here. It's going to be the center object. Standard collision mask, center point. No behaviors, variables, or effects. Let me double check the folder if it had anything like that. It does have an effect. It's the outline. George says, I've also seen someone say, shouldn't have trusted these guys' awards to Monster Hunter Wilds. Some people. Monster Hunter Wilds. I don't even know if I have a... Yeah, Monster Hunter Wilds. What's your opinion on that one? I know it's not rated too highly, but it's not. It kind of depends on the database, but it looks like it's got mixed reviews, right? Generally positive, but mixed. Because I'll be honest, I haven't followed very closely.
I mean, I tried playing it with my friend once, but it just took way too long to get into the actual game that I just got bored of it and stopped playing.
Gotcha. Yeah, that's a problem. It's something I look for when I do those 20-minute videos.
Yeah.
You know, what's funny, going back to Diablo, is when the original devs made Diablo 1, that was in the time when, you know, heavy, high fantasy, kind of like tabletop style RPGs were the thing, like Moria and Angband and the original Rogue, you know, those ASCII games, where you would spend the first 30 minutes setting up your character and their attributes and their characteristics. And when they created Diablo 1, it was literally just main menu, pick character, start game, and you're running around playing the game. So it was kind of like their anti-RPG RPG.
Yeah, but I guess with those type games, it's like you're setting up your character the whole time, right? Because
Yeah,
you pick your base stats, and then as your level is when you pretty much design your character.
exactly. Yeah. And so, you know, it was even more simple back then because the Diablo 1 game was a much smaller scope than the later ones. But I was just interested to hear that that was their philosophy on that design. They just wanted you to like get into the game. And part of their, at the time, it was like the, you know, 1994, 1995. The company was working on some other smaller games like NFL games for Game Boy, for example, or whatever console they were working on, the Genesis, something. And they got it was basically the philosophy for the speed of entry into the Diablo game was influenced by little football games they were making, where you're just basically start the game, you're in the action, and you never would think that that was a direct correlation to an RPG.
Oh, that's my type of game. Like you just pick a character and go.
Yeah,
That's my. I like those are the games I like.
right. All right, so we got some text here. Let's do some text. And what else? there is a variable. Count Dooku. Apply. That's called correct count text. All right, what are we missing here now? A button. We don't have to have that. Don't need to do scene changes. And let's call this external event from here.
At this rate, you could probably get 2 games in on this stream.
Yeah, honestly,
This one's
probably.
super simple.
I know, and this is with me being very sidetracked as well. Pleasantly so. External layouts. Files. All right, so you have the bin out here. And if you had a grid as well, what size did you use? 30, yeah.
As I say, no, Amir's 30 by 30.
Okay. Obviously, we'll fine tune it as we go along. For fine tune it for feel. And the text object.
Like you said, like you can always have, say, 3 different folders with 3 different colors.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then just add more variations, I guess.
Okay. Then so right now I've got these other objects that the player interacts with. So we could basically just use something like this toward the beginning. Again, I'm not in love with it because I know we had some bugs, but what we would do is have some sort of object that the player interacts with. So let's come out here and make something like that. Hey, Code, are you still there?
Yep, I'm here, sorry.
Okay, no, I was just checking the internet. It's acting.
Oh, that's all good on my end.
Okay, good.
Sorry, I was just muted. I was just trying to keep my talking to a minimum so I could watch.
Yeah, no, you're good. It seemed to be going out from other devices, but I guess it's all right. Okay, so let's throw one of these out here for quick testing. Then we'll say same thing here. And then we need to create a few variables. And now that should be a Boolean. All right, and then here, we'll just change the variable. All right, so instead of at the beginning of the scene, I think we put those under the initiation right here under the E key press. Possibly not center the camera on the center. I guess we could test this out real quick. See if it pops up.
I think the center, like focus on the center, always messed up the camera.
Yeah. It would probably help if I created the objects from the external layout. See, was I doing that inside of each of these? I think I was. So if I go to...
What's GDC? He's asking if you're going...
Oh, the Game Developers Conference? No, I am not going just because it's so expensive, but I really wish I could go. Are you going, George? I always watch the videos afterward. Just I haven't been in person yet. Oh, gonna have a booth out there? Oh, gotcha. Yeah, so are y'all doing the South by Southwest convention again as well? Right here is where we create those objects from that other one. You're doing that again this year? Yeah, let me double check. Are you already booked? I know I checked for you on here last year. All right, so we've got March, middle of March in Austin, which is only a 5-hour drive from where I am. That's not bad at all. Forget the badges. I can definitely make it down to Austin. If you can let me in, I'll be in. And I can definitely make it to Austin regardless. So yes. Yeah, probably not for the keynote sessions. I think Riley Parker's going to be there as well. I'm putting it in my calendar right now so I don't have any excuses. Got the hookup. George is what's up. It's going to be lit. All right, we're creating these external events here. Let's get rid of the center on the camera thingy. Yeah, a lot of things are happening outside the convention center. Oh, I bet. I mean, a lot of people are traveling far and wide for that, yourself included. Yeah, it's going to be lit. Actually, you know what? Before I run this, yeah, you could split an Airbnb because then you get a whole house, especially if you do a whole house. I don't think I've done an Airbnb in Austin specifically, but obviously I have to imagine booking something now. Booking lodging now is probably ideal because it's going to be so packed. Yeah, and mad expensive. So, are you bringing your family? Just you and one more person from the team? We got the C-suite members. All right. Yeah, so I mean, that makes, the flights cheaper, and then you would need less room, so you could do a smaller house. Zach is coming. Nice. Yeah, come to think of it, I'm pretty sure now is pretty much the time to book. Oh yeah. Yeah, let's talk more about that, but definitely ASAP because it's gonna get packed if it's not already. Cassie's right about that. Okay, so in this scene, we should already have a PDA out here. That, although I'm not sure if we're using this for this game or not. Actually. Now, Code, I wonder. This game could almost just be played directly in the world, right? Like, literally just put a bin out there. and have like a filing cabinet or whatever, right? So we might not even need an external layout here, besides maybe the center thingy. Which, just a
Yeah, I
thought,
mean, it can be done that way.
because it might make more sense than playing it on a pad or a handheld.
Yeah, I mean, we could try it. See what it goes like.
And obviously, it would be over in, like you said, in the lab room. It wouldn't be right here, but basically just let's play around with it. Yeah, Bengar definitely needs to be there as well. Blaze needs to be at the convention, show off his artwork.
Yeah, unfortunately for me, you're talking about £1,000 just to go over.
Yeah, you got to catch those flights at just the right time, and it's pretty hit or miss. And honestly, the country's pretty whack right now, so you're you're safe over there, man. Don't worry about it.
Honestly, if I had £1,000, I'd probably fix my computer.
Yeah, no kidding. Okay, so let's see if I can make this happen. Yeah, it might not be, probably not quite 1,000 just to get to Texas, but again, honestly, just my personal 2 cents. The state of affairs. Uh, it's not a bad year to skip the United States.
Yeah, and I mean, we got the Russians sat on our coast right now as well, so.
We'll tell them to get off their butts. What are they sitting
I know,
for?
right? Just sat there looking for their binoculars.
Okay, so what I'll try to do then is I'm gonna take this event. I'm just gonna put that into the main game startup. And then so might not need the I know some of this is dependent on having nothing on the scene. So actually for file, yeah, so files will be created. It's the folder that should already be out there.
So the files get created at a set position and then tweened up to the screen. So you'd have to kind of work that into how they're spawned on the game, like
Okay.
in this scene.
Okay, so you're creating the files at Camera Center X 2000, which I guess was like a specific location. So in this case, we might spawn them at like, I mean, if we just have like an object, we're not spawning them at the center object right here.
No, but I guess we could do camera center or camera Y minus, because then it will always be off screen, right?
Yeah. Hmm. Do we even just make a messy scene and just have a bunch of stuff out there already? Or was that, I know you mentioned something like that in the living quarters. That's a different game, right? Just having a bunch of clutter.
Yeah, just having a bunch of stuff you can click on, and then it either says empty or found something. Maybe
Yeah.
like a little wait enemy, wait bar or something that's searching.
And hold on, let me double check your original game. Yeah, so they're spawning at the center object, right? So but here they're spawning at
They just, as I say, they just tween to a set position.
oh yeah, yeah.
I think it's just a camera center.
Oops, wrong one. I see what you're saying. Yeah, it's just shooting up there.
I mean, we could just have it appear, or you can have it, come from anywhere really.
Yeah, so what if we have, and I like this, I'm just trying to figure out how to work it directly into the game. What if we did something like, because this is a lab, so I'm imagining probably you've got, desks, counters. Maybe it's like a stack of essentially papers or files and folders. So maybe they just, so let's say this is the bottom of a stack. So you could just kind of like keep spawning them here so that I guess that's kind of a bad visual example, but if you have like a file cabinet and then it just keeps spawning on top of it or something.
Yeah, the other thing I mentioned in chat was maybe having beakers with certain color liquid, and you have to put them in certain cupboards. Maybe
Yeah,
if
yeah.
they're smoking or something, then you just have to throw them. That way you could have them laid out on a table.
Yeah, for sure. So, when you say they're laid out on a table, so basically they would already exist in the world, right?
Yeah, so you could do you could spawn them in at random, like randomly at the beginning of level, or when you unlock the door, or whatever really.
Yeah, so what if we did something just to test this out a little bit? So kind of like tell it to pick at random one of these. So it'll pick and then it'll spawn at one of those at random. Do you think that's worth a try?
Yeah, that'll work.
So if we pick all instances of center, actually, is that the right event? Pick? No, pick a random object, not pick all instances. And then create the file at that object.
Yeah, that's how I would do it.
Sweet. Okay, getting ready to test it out, seeing if there's anything I've missed. So we'll get rid of, I think I've already gotten rid of the external layout here.
Are you still gonna have it tween to the center of the camera?
Oh yeah, probably not. Let me save that, but I'll disable it. Because I'm just not sure where it would tween from. Thematically in the world. If it was like on a little handheld device or something, it might, kind of works better, I think.
Yeah, let's see how this goes.
Tell you what. Definitely doing E over here isn't doing anything. Let me see what's going on with, do we have any instances? And no files. In fact, I think here I need to check a variable to make sure that the game is active. And if it's active, it should do this stuff, like create the file. Okay, I'm not sure why it wouldn't create any, but let's see what's going on now. Let me save my work. It's been a minute.
I think in my mini game, I started with one file already on the scene.
Oh, did you?
Maybe that might have it broken it somewhere.
Could have. Let me check the scene variable here to see if the game is active. Game files active. It's false. Oh, I might know what the issue is. Do I have... Yeah, I have one of those too. Yeah, that's the interact. And then, yeah, so over in your game, you've got one file in the scene. Let's check there.
Maybe not.
Yeah, I'm not seeing one actually.
Might have changed that then.
No worries. Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out. First of all, this isn't even triggering as true. So player distance to the interact object is below 100 pixels. E key is released. These variables are false. Oh, this right here. It's because I put the bin, but then I added it to the
So you
scene.
got bin 0.
Yeah, so that won't work. Let's see what that does for us. Added that coffee cup in there.
I like the title of the game as well, by the way.
Right. It's very nice. Okay, the game is true. Oh, I mean, sorry, the game active is true.
Also, the file is the folder is highlighted, even though you're not over it.
It is, yeah. So file is in collision with folder. Enable the effect outline. Oh, is it because I didn't disable it at the start?
Well, it should disable itself if it's not in contact.
Yeah, true.
Is there a folder under? Sorry, a file underneath the folder? Did we put one? Did you put one in the scene by accident or something?
No, because I checked the number of instances and there were none.
Oh, strange.
Yeah. Let's see. So I did call. It's almost acting like there's not. Include events from files. So it's being called. All right, might just have to do some manual debugging here. So I know that this did trigger true. Okay. Then here we'll do should have created a file here. See if any of these things pop up. And for the outline being enabled, let's definitely check that one.
I didn't see, but did on the font for the count, did you put the variable as like 20 or something?
I put it to whatever you had, which let me see.
Oh, yeah, as long as it's not 0, it's fine.
Oh, it is 0. What did you have? You had
I think 20. But it might set that in the events.
yeah, it must be in the events. You have 0 in the object itself, but let's take a look here. Oh, yeah, it gets set here, so that should be 20. In fact, I think we can check that if we run the game.
Do you have the font on screen for the keep count?
That no, that would help. You know, we could even put that on like a monitor that's on the on the scene or something. But yeah, let's take a look here.
That's a good idea.
Did you play any of the jam games? Oh, I mean, I know your computer has been crashing, so.
No, I'll be honest. I don't know. I've just not been into this one.
Yeah.
I don't know whether it's because we haven't got a game in there or whatever. It just I don't know. It's not
Yeah, it's a
entirely into it.
little disheartening not being actually in it, for sure. Okay, yeah. So I think just not having the text object was the main issue there. Seems to be going to the random places, so we can make it pretty dynamic.
Yeah, it looks good so far. Definitely takes time, right?
Yeah, yeah. Cool. So I mean,
So if you drop it anywhere other than on one of those, does it go back to the center of the screen or?
yeah, it sure seems to. Oh, goes to where close to wherever I am. It's kind of like you're dropping it by yourself, right?
Yeah, I think it just goes to center of camera.
Fair enough. Leave me alone.
Following you now.
Yeah. Cool. No, I think we've got the bones in here. Cool. So I mean, at that point, obviously checking for bugs, but otherwise, it's like when that's set to pass, let's unlock a door or something, and we could just go and start building out some room.
Yeah, so I was thinking with the beakers, if you have the colored beakers, so you could have like a quarantine room because one of the beakers is giving off like deadly gases, so you have to sort that out before you can pass through, or something around those lines.
Yeah, and of course we could change the layout and everything too. I know you had some ideas there, but yeah, I mean, it seems like just building this out in the world as opposed to on a handheld, and then once we have that in place, depending on the art and everything, make sure that it unlocks the appropriate doors or whatever kind of progression we want to put in. But for now we could like, I was just kind of keeping everything close to the middle here for testing purposes, but obviously it's not going to stay here.
Yeah. No, I mean the bones is there for that one, right?
Yeah.
It's just now the look of it.
That should be on the UI layer, but we'll see. Cool. Let me save that.
I mean the sequence one, either the lock sequence lock or like the whack-a-mole one, that should be pretty easy to put on the PDA.
Yeah, it should. Add a folder here. That's the press animation. You have a variable on it. ID has a number. I think that one will work. And apply. So
Yeah, it's just basically just one dark, one light. It was just basic.
sweet. And then I imagine probably just duplicating and changing the sprites should suffice.
Yeah, should be fine.
Oops, I said green. That would be very blue.
Oh, that would have been fun.
Right. And then yellow.
I mean, this once this game's set up as well, you can literally have as many colors as you wanted, depending on how big you wanted the code to be.
Yeah, for sure.
It's very easy to be scalable.
Yeah, that's what I like so much about these. A lot of these. Cool. That's those. Then you've got the light, so it's going to be a couple of the circles. So you've got an empty. We'll start there. Then a wrong. We'll call that light. Off.
Buenas noches.
All right. And
Spanish.
all right. Off, wrong, and green. Seems like it should be off, wrong, and right.
Yeah. Can you tell that I was obviously getting frustrated at this point?
Yeah.
Just naming stuff anything.
Remnants of Game Jam stuff and whatnot.
I'll just say I probably redid this probably a few times in the space of a few minutes with the rebooting of the PC.
Yeah. That's good. All right, and then there's a center object as well. Should probably, it's going to be the same sprite, but I should probably use a different name for that to be safe. Looks like it's in there several times, but renamed.
Yeah, I probably just, like I said, like with reboots, I probably just remade the sprite thinking I didn't have it in my resources.
Right.
So you probably got like the exact same sprite a few times over.
Yeah, yeah. So I'm going to call this sequence center. All right. And we need a text object. Gonna do a variable count 3. Should be it. I think that's it for the objects. I think I just changed the name on one of them. So let's go back here. Find count and replace it with sequence count. Oh, maybe I misspelled that. Oh, wait. What did I change? No, count was correct. Why was it showing red? All right, I'm going to undo that. The variable count of lock count text. Oh, I misspelled the name of the text. Okay. And then number check of center. But center needs to be something else here. Okay, we're not going to do the buttons themselves, but wait, do we need those? Is a button group these? Let me check. It is.
Yeah, so button group is just those squares
Okay.
in a group.
All right. All right, making some progress. All right. Oh, 30 by 30 grid. No, that's 30 by 30. So this is, no, that needs to be 90 by 90. There we go. All right, so there are those things.
In the events, I think I have it when the sequence is set at the beginning at random. That could probably just be condensed into a repeat X amount of times.
Oh, like right here.
Yeah, maybe I did. I think I just slapped out in like that just for ease.
Sure. So pick all
But it probably could just be
instances.
put down.
So it's going to pick one that's 0, which is the default, and it'll set it to 1. It's going to pick another one, set it to 2. Yeah, so we could.
So you like slap it like repeat 4 times or something, or however many digits you want.
Right. One thing. Variable I, set that to, actually just add one. That should do the trick. I is assigned 1. Do your events, pick all instances. If it's 0, pick a random one. Change its ID to I, which is going to start at 1. Increment I, and then repeat again.
It should work.
Yeah, should work.
Looks good.
And then instead of at the beginning, I think this is where we use like those variables again. So
Yeah, usual setup.
yeah, usual setup.
So with my example I showed on Discord, do you think the look without the walls is okay, or do you think it should have the walls at the top of the tiles?
Yeah, let's see. So that was here.
So I've never really messed with isometric before, so trying to do the art for it was a bit weird.
Is that? Oh, share your work. Yeah. Let's take another look at it.
I was just curious what your thoughts were, that was all.
So you're saying up here, like where there's no wall?
Yeah, so it's basically I just want the floors, and then obviously you can't walk out of it, but I
Yeah.
don't know whether it'd look better with walls at the top of the tiles, or whether that will just clutter the screen too much. So I kind of like seeing the stars behind.
Definitely nothing wrong with it. Like it kind of works. I mean, obviously,
I wanted to make a game, obviously not the one we're doing now, but I wanted to make like a different game, but with this look.
yeah, and this was used in Diablo 2.
Yeah.
quite a bit. Well, not quite a bit, but it was used.
In the arcade, yeah.
Almost exactly, because like they don't have walls and it's floating through
No, but that's
space.
the inspiration for that one.
Yeah, no, I like it. So again, it works, and like it's abstract because you don't have walls, but then at the same time, the game is currently abstract because you're seeing through the top of whatever structure this is, because there's no ceiling. So it's just different layers of like how many layers are you peeling away. I think it's kind of cool actually.
Okay, my next game might lean into that one then.
All right, so I need another thing to interact with to start the game. So let's duplicate one of these. Now I think this game is probably on a device, kind of like the other ones. So probably
Yeah,
using
I was
this.
thinking on the PDA.
Yeah. Okay. I'm going to want these things here. Oh, yeah, this needs to be a different thing too. All right, and then let's see, were you changing the text? I don't think you are here. So the variable count is equal to 0. Is that unlocked? So we don't need this here. All right, so here we go. Press the E on this thingy. It'll create the objects. It'll move the PDA. Then it'll create objects from the external layout of sequence at the PDA point. And then here we have an at the beginning of scene. So this should probably be, instead of at the beginning of scene, we'll do if the variable setup is false, and then we'll set it to true. One sec. Just needed to clarify that PDA is public displays of affection. So that's clearly what we're talking about here.
Of course.
Of course. So we're going to move public displays of affection to X960, Y540. And I need to make sure I include these events. All right, so that's for that game. I just realized George was back there singing some Eminem. Must have been what he was referring to there. Okay, we've got the PDA. I think I know exactly what went wrong here. Or at least I know what part of what went wrong. So those objects, I know there was a lot of issues because I think in those other scenes I had to also move them in a different event to like a different Z order or something. It's always the issue here is kind of like the visibility. Is on the bobby pin.
Yeah, I think we made a group and then we just set it there.
Yeah, let's try that real quick. I mean, you've basically got it here. It's the buttons. But we could add a little more as well. Kind of wish you could select multiples from this particular drop down.
Yeah, that would actually be really helpful.
Yeah. All right. Then, all right, so we're going to create those objects. And again, I know we already set the Z order, so it's kind of odd, but we can try it again, basically. Okay. Then let me double check something else. So is what layer do I have that device on? Okay, that's on the UI layer. So I think I need to put those on the UI layer too. doesn't matter too much.
I think we had issues with the UI layer, right?
Yeah, we might have. Maybe think. But if the device is on the UI layer, and if these are on the base layer, will they be able to appear on top of it?
I think it's when you put on UI layer and move it around, I think it messes with where the object actually is to be clicked. We can try it. I think that's the issue we had with one of the other ones.
Yeah, I do remember that being a problem. Let's see how bad it gets. Then I'll undo it.
Yeah, because I think that was the issue we had with the wire one.
Yeah. All right, so let's find where the PDA is. That is at 965.40. Our red button is at 1980, 1110. Z order 75. Yeah, which is plenty above.
Oh, sorry, did you say the red button was off screen?
It was about, I think it was about 1,000 pixels over, which might, depending on the direction, that could have still been on screen.
Whereabouts is on the external layout for the game? Whereabouts is the buttons on that layout?
Like relative to 00.
Yeah, I'm just wondering whether it's spawning it in at 00 and then
Yeah, so
weird stuff.
the cursor is at, I don't know if you can see that. The cursor is at 00, so maybe I should just move them toward that.
Yeah, I was thinking maybe move them over and put the center on 00 just to see if that does anything.
Yeah, it's worth a try. Okay, a little bit closer. Their animation is, something's off, but it's doing something.
Yeah, why is it flickering?
Yeah, that's not what I expected to be wrong.
Hmm.
Let's see. It's not set to loop.
I mean, they're separate sprites, right? Like animations.
Yeah,
They
separate.
shouldn't really do that anyway.
Right. And I didn't change really any of your other working code here either. Okay, so those. I wasn't seeing these on there either. Were they just really hard to see? Oh, did I add them to the group? Yeah, I did. Okay.
Are they on the UI layer, are they?
They are not. That's their
Obviously, I
issue.
can see because the chat overlays that part.
Right. Yeah, they're let me add those on there. So that's why they're not showing up, but now I need to figure out why they're flickering. So it's almost like it's triggering constantly. It's like they're all toggling as false, you know, like
Yeah, it's like
wrong,
they're being pressed.
because we're getting that red. Oh. Well, this
Yeah,
is a little
I'm gonna have to
goofy.
leave the chat because the wife's gonna come to bed. But
Oh yeah.
I'll type in chat on the thing.
Yeah, no worries. Thanks,
All
man.
right, I'll speak to you in a minute.
All right, I'm going to move this variable down here because that was triggering too many times. And yeah, it would be nice if we could set scene defaults like the background color and such, for sure. Wait, what? Why did that change? Oh, welcome back. Okay, so I noticed that I had the, whereas before you had the at the beginning of the scene, I'm using the condition of if the variable setup is false, and then where I set that to true, that was actually inside of my repeat 4 times, which is not ideal. So I moved that to just outside of that, down below. But then they weren't showing up at all. So let's see here. Picking all instances. Let me double check the IDs. I want to see if they're actually coming through as accurate. All right, so again, nothing. We're looking at that. All right, red. Okay, they're not getting the IDs. They're all 0. Yeah, now that I've moved this out, I think this area is more problematic. So Declare I as number with 1. Then repeat 4 times. Yeah, so for some reason it's not assigning anything to the buttons at all. And let me see something else too. I want to see where on the scene that they're showing up. Yeah, I might need to update the text object to show that. All right, let's see. 810, 540, UI layer, Z order 1. Well, that's not ideal either. Okay, so let's do... I have no idea why it would go to 1. Let's move this here, perhaps. For each sequence objects, change the Z order. Okay, let's see if we can just get this part correct, and then we still need to fix the IDs. If I need to go back to the old way, we'll just go back to the old way for tonight. Odd. They're coming in at a low Z order. But they're on the UI layer. Repeat for each instance of sequence objects. Change the Z order of sequence objects to PDA Z order plus 10. What if I move that further up? Would it be happier? Don't know. It might just be one of those goofy things. Order of events. Yeah, well, I got them to spawn. Now I'm just not getting the functionality. But yeah, I could set them to like 10,000. And I think it's... So they spawned, but it might be the ID issue here again. So... And I would have thought this would properly assign the IDs, to be honest. Yeah, they might need to be on the base layer. Let's run this real quick. See if we can at least get the IDs to work. All right. Come on now. Oh, so let me keep that. Let me check the object IDs. What in the world? Still 0. I even went back to your original events. Let me see. Yeah, I guess your thing would be helpful too, where you could just update the text object to show this. And it's not hiding that either. So what do we have here? Yeah, it didn't trigger as true at all. How is it not triggering as true? Game sequence is set up is false. If that's true, it's going to do these things. We're going to get this. I've got two different groups. One is just the buttons. Oh, let me check the event here. Okay, so setup came through as true and nothing else did. So we got as far as here, but then it's not doing these things. So sequence buttons. Let's look at the group. Sequence buttons is just the buttons. And they all have the ID variable. Get rid of this other thing. And then we finally change the thing here. Setup complete. Hmm. Yeah, setup complete came through as true.
Hello, me again.
Hey, welcome back.
My message is not sending through for some reason, but I was just saying maybe put a delay between creating the objects and then running the IDs.
Yeah, we could try that. So maybe like right after the creation, put a wait one, like 0.5 seconds or something. You think 0.5 seconds will suffice?
Yeah, I mean you can put 0.5 or 1 just to see if it works, and then go
Yeah.
down from there, I guess.
Yeah, let's try that. It's not a bad idea. Because the logic seems okay, and it worked before. But, there I went changing stuff, and now it's not working.
It happens when you're trying to copy over stuff.
Oops. Yeah, no good on that.
Also, I noticed it flashes red straight away when it shouldn't do that.
Right.
Maybe have you checked all the variables to make sure they're all the same?
Like out on the objects over here.
Yeah, I'm thinking I might have had a variable different or something.
Yeah, let's run through those again. Okay, so for the buttons, you have 0, ID number 0. What do I have? Okay, then on your light object, again, ID number 0. Oh, I don't have one here. That would be a problem. Sequence center. Number check 1. Yeah, I think so. That definitely was problematic. I didn't have it on that light object. Let's give this a try then.
Hopefully that might be it.
Yeah, fingers crossed. Not quite, but let's check the variables. No, still no IDs. Okay, let me pull up your game here. So this is the original. And it's just simply at the beginning of the game, it just starts picking them. because they're in theory they're already created. So then on mine, in theory they're also already created. Then we wait 1 second. Now this variable, I mean, this condition is true, so that's not the road blocker. Oh. Yeah, I don't know.
Where it does the sequence and the IDs, do you not need the other variable there at the top?
Sorry, which variable?
If you scroll up. Sorry, I was waiting for it to catch up.
Yeah.
So where it says past, if you need a thing where it says sequence past is true or false. You need the other one. Sorry, where it says active, so you need to see if it's active or not. Because at the moment you just got set up false, and it's just going to run that.
Oh, like right here. So setup is false. And then I set up to true down here. Up here I've got if the game is active is false, and then I set active to true. No, obviously past won't be set to true till later.
Yeah, so it's going to run because it's not testing whether the game's active or not. It's just running that command.
Yeah.
Like, it's just running it. Do you need to have like where it says game sequence setup is false? You also need to have game sequences active.
Oh, like right here, like bring it down. Is this what you're referring to?
Yeah, because I'm thinking even if the game active is false, it still ran that command.
Yeah, no, I think you're right. Yeah, because that's not tied to pushing the E button or anything, so. Yeah.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah, it's like it was running it, and maybe obviously there wouldn't have been any of them. Who knows? Let's try it.
Yeah, because it would have ran it right, and then it would have been true, so it wouldn't have ran it again.
Yeah.
Hopefully, that's the thing.
Yeah, we're back to the flickering. Let's see. Oh, we've got IDs. That's a step closer.
Good.
All right, so we've got IDs. Yeah, it's showing up in the console here as well. Let's take a look at what we could look at. Oops.
I think we need to check the variable for the sequence to see whether it's at 5.
The variable for which part exactly?
Just the test to see whether the game's complete or not, or failed.
Oh yeah, let's do that.
I think it's like a variable there somewhere.
Yeah, so game sequence. Oh, where is it? Yeah, past is still false. Setup is true. Active is true. So those are all where we would expect to see them. Now, is there something else in here that would trigger these things to keep testing?
Because they should only do that on click. I think, or a reset.
Yeah, so this is just running. Let me check your game. Here's your game.
I think you're missing a button pressed logic on the where it's changing the animation.
Yeah.
So I've got group is pressed, but I don't think that's on your one.
Yeah, what in the world did I do there? In fact, you must have added a behavior. Yeah, I don't even have that. So let's go get that.
Ah, that'll be it.
Yeah, that'll be it. Okay, let me double check what else I might have left out. I think that's it.
I think you renamed the green one a different color, different name than I had in the
Oh,
animations.
oh, the green light. Yeah, so
Yeah, because I named it somewhat weird, didn't
yeah,
I?
you're yeah, no worries. Let's see. So change the animation. Yeah, you're right. So wrong. Yeah, right there. Come on, no whammies.
Fingers crossed.
Hey.
And I added a delay between, like when it's a wrong choice, I added a delay between press, but you can shorten that if you want.
Okay. Cool. No, I think that'll work. I'm out of time now, but yeah, I think that's good. We got 2 of these games into the game, and obviously do a lot of cleanup and swap some art around, but I think we're well underway. That'll be 5 games now. 5 mini games.
Yeah. I don't think we need any more. I think the ones I have on that list are good enough.
Yeah, pretty solid. Cool. All right. Code, thanks so much for the code, and you have a good night,
No
bud.
worries. Night, bud.
All right. Talk to y'all later, and everyone, thanks so much for watching, and hope you have fewer bugs than I do. Thanks.